100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode.
All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. He'll try and start this drive in the air. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. They run for the first time with Benny Snell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now Jackson. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there.
Quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. It's taken to the 26. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. This is Carson, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Right there, 54, right there.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Back to you. I'm going.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Jackson going to throw again. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Again, Jackson. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Equinemius St. Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Packers. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out. It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now. They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half. No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position. Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth. Here's Snell. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. 2nd and 15. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Rashawn Gary able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Jackson on first down. Uncorks one for Dave. It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all. 36 yards on the play. Across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
What I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Right there. 54, right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Play action. It's Jackson. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try to run with Carson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They run again with Carson, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Simmons. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep, find some space, and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
They'll run on first down. Snell, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Snell yet again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Ready?
On third down, Terrell. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jair Alexander.
The lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Check 24. Check 24. 64. Wait. Yo. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Fuzz. 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Big C.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Rush in.
On 1st down, Billingsley. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All day, baby. All day.
Check 43. Check safety.
They'll keep it on the ground. Billingsley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Snell on 3rd down. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Draw play. This is Carson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Snell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They're going to run again with Snell. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Take it at the 37. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. Rip right.
They'll run on first down. Carson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll keep it on the ground. Snell, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal.